Hello everyone. Today we will be talking about an analysis of Jackson Pollock and the abstract expressionism movement of the 1940s, with a particular focus on his iconic painting Convergence, created in 1952. To examine this artwork in more details, we will use Fieldman four-step art criticism model, which include description, analysis, interpretation, and evaluation. Now, who exactly is Jackson Pollock? Jackson Pollock is considered one of the most influential painters of the 20th century. As a key figure in abstract expressionism, he helped shift the art world centers from Paris to New York after World War II. His work are known for breaking away from traditional art depth and new approach to composition and technique. Pollock became a symbol of artistic freedom and modern innovation.
Next, background of the artist. Pollock was born in Wyoming, and his upbringing amid the expansive landscape of the American West played a subtle but important role in shaping his abstract visual language. He moved to New York City in 1930 and studied under the regionalist painter Thomas Hart Benton, initially adopting a representational style. However, Pollock's exposure to surrealism and psychoanalytic theories, especially Jungian ideas about the unconscious, led him to develop an expressive, introspective style. His experience with psychiatric treatment in early 1940s further intensified his interest in subconscious imaginary, which ultimately culminated in his drip painting technique.
So, what is abstract expressionism? Abstract expressionism emerged in the 1940s as a major modern art movement in the United States. It wasn't a single style, but shared traits such as emotional intensity, large scale abstraction, and freedom in the creative process. Influenced by European modernism and surrealism, the artist focused on expressing internal physiological states rather than depicting external reality. The two main strands were action painting, which emphasized physical gesture, and color field painting, which focused on large areas of calm color.
Furthermore, we move on to Pollock's styles and technique. Pollock revolutionized painting with his strip technique, where he poured, dripped, and splattered animal paints onto canvas, laid flat on the floor. This produced a dynamic web of lines covering the entire canvas without a central focal point. His compositions are rich in line, rhythm, texture, and color contrasts. The paint varies from thick, rough layers to thin, transparent one, adding depth and energy. Pollock's physical movements during the painting made the creative process itself part of the artwork.
Now, we shall talk about one of the Fieldman four-step art criticism model, which is description. Convergence is a large-scale painting filled with genetic grids and splashes of paint. The color palette is bold and vibrant, including red, yellow, blue, black, and white. The surface is covered with irregular intersecting lines and forms, creating complex texture and composition. The painting lacked figurative imagery or a clear focal point, inviting viewer to engage with the surface evenly. Variation in paint thickness enhance contrast and motion in the work. The painting lacked figurative imagery or a clear focal point, inviting viewers to engage with the surface evenly.
Next, formal analysis of convergence. Formally, convergence use an all-over composition where no parts dominates. This creates visual balance and continuous eye movement across the canvas. Curved and angled lines produce rhythms that evoke both tension and harmony, warm colors like red and yellow, next to cool tones like blue and green, add energy and emotional impact. The texture varies from thick, rough paint to thin, translucent layers, reinforcing depth on a flat surface. The space in this painting does not follow three-dimensional perspective, instead emphasizing the surface as a stage of the artist's physical action.
Using Feldman's model, convergence can be understood as a deep internal expression of Pollock's subconscious and emotional state. Though chaotic in appearance, the drips and layers of paint are intentionally arranged to reflect various human emotion and mental process. This technique mirrors Shirley's automatism, where the artist lets go of conscious control to allow the subconscious to emerge. The overlapping forms symbolize the tension between chaos and order, control and spontaneity. The painting also reflects the post-World War II existential anxiety, seeking freedom and authenticity in an uncertain world. Viewers are invited to feel intuitively and emotionally rather than look for a specific narrative.
Next, we move on to slide number 9, which is cultural and historical impact. Convergence is a landmark in art history that marked the rise of American modern art and New York recognition as the world's new art capital. During the Cold War, Pollock's spontaneous energy styles symbolized individual freedom and creative autonomy, which had deep political and cultural resonance. His transformations of painting into a physical action and performance inspired many future artists and paved the way for movements like minimalism and conceptual art. This painting is not only a major work of abstract expressionism, but also a post-war American cultural icon. In conclusion, convergence embodies the spirits of revolutions and innovations at the heart of abstract expressionism. Pollock's mastery of color, line, and texture creates a visual experience that is both complex and cohesive. His strip technique transforms painting into a dynamic exploration of emotion and subconscious. The open compositions invites viewers to engage with the work holistically, aligning with the movements, focus on personal perceptions and physically deep. Historically and culturally, convergence stands as a milestone that shaped modern art and American cultural leaderships. Pollock's legacy continues to inspire artists and the art enthusiasts around the world.
That's all from us. Thank you.